Cancer, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-August 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cancer Collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the Cancers in mid-August, please? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Cancer mid-August. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out nice and quick for you. Let's see what's happening. There we go. Ask and you shall receive. That one popped out quick. Follow the white rabbit. To me, this is a big card of signs, but it's also something that catches your interest. Where it's like, okay, I see that. Something peculiar, which doesn't have to be a bad thing. This is really good for omens as well. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this. So again, a lot of you already know I like to go more intuitive with this very first card, this deck in particular. And we see Alice there, and she has a white rabbit just chilling with her. And the words say follow it. Now, for some of you, there might be heightened signs and synchronicities in this time, whether that's through dreams, number signs, all that type of stuff. But to me, when I think about seeing a white rabbit, like if I were outside and I saw a white rabbit, I'd be like, oh, okay, where'd you come from? And it would pique my interest. And I think of diving down rabbit holes and looking for information and being in investigative mode. Now, that could be a good thing for some of you. Maybe it's like a new topic or a new hobby that's really catching your interest. Maybe there's something going on with a situation you're dealing with where you're like, there seems to be more here. It's just an energy of intrigue to me. So there could be various things that are really piquing your interest aside from like really positive omens, because I see rabbits as a lucky thing. So don't be surprised if you actually see a rabbit cross your path when you don't normally. There's like a lot of stuff coming through with this, but I think it's good initially. I mean, unless you think someone's acting shady. But we're just going to put it down right there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Cancer, please. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Unexpected Change. Now, changes in life happen in all sorts of different ways, whether it's changes of emotion and feeling, whether it's changes in work situation or changes in others. To me, it felt like something doing a little twist, like a little 180, and it was kind of out of nowhere. So keep that in mind. Even over the coming days and weeks, there could be various things that are prone to do a quick shift on you. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Cancer, please. What is happening in mid-August? Oh, okay. That card slithered on out there. We'll take it. 6 of Swords. Cool. I usually like it. It's action. And for those of you that have watched me for a while, you know I like an action card in the first position because it's not really stagnant. So let's get a couple more. Let's see what we got. What do we got for Cancer, please? Ace of Wands. Fire-air combination. This could be really good, actually. The energy is presenting itself in a totally different way than I saw it last week. That's for sure. Okay. And the King of Swords. So a lot of fire-air mixture here. This is very plan-based as well. Yeah, we're going to need to take a look at this, especially on the back end, because the front end looks a little more spontaneous. This looks a little more structured, a little more planned out. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I always like to look at the elements first. We have a lot of air here. So 6 of Swords, King of Swords, that represents the realm of the mind, communication, logic, strategy, planning. Like all that stuff is tied in heavily with the swords. So I do like it. It's mental stimulation. So there's a lot of energy showing up in that area of life. Then we have fire right here in the center, the realm of action, movement, desire, passion, that internal motor within us. And it's usually good, but it could be a little unpredictable, right? Especially when we have fire air combination. Because I like to see how the elements play off each other. When we have fire and air, that could be a little volatile, that could be explosive, that could be things that happen quickly, things that happen fast. So there's an unpredictability to it. Whereas, like on the front end, it's like, okay, yeah, no, I'm just going with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. But then this King of Swords is like, no, this is the plan. This is how it goes. Like he's very structured there. I mean, so for some of you, it could be bringing structure to a situation that's a little wild. But let's go through and build this out piece by piece. Position number one, we are starting with the Six of Swords. Now, I generally like this card quite a bit. Now, all cards have positive and challenge, but when I see this one, to me, it's um, a card of improvement, things getting better, coming out of choppy waters into calm. So there could be various things in this time that are either feeling better, looking better. It's like, oh yeah, things are looking up. I really like it. The Six of Swords could also represent distance, travel. Maybe some of you are planning a trip, a little getaway or something like that. So I like the Six of Swords for that because to me it's just steady improvement or action coming from somebody, someone making a move. Now, the downside to the Six of Swords, sometimes it could represent somebody that is like putting something on the back burner. So there could be certain things or situations where you're like, maybe I'll circle back on this. Worst case scenario could be abandoning things. For some cancers, this could even be somebody that's not quite doing what they're supposed to be doing. Think of someone where like you give them a task and they like, yeah, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. It's like one of those. So we'll definitely see what's up with this. It feels good to me initially. Now moving to the center, powerful, powerful energy. We have the Ace of Wands. Love it. So I love all aces. They all represent offers, opportunities. They're very conversational. So they could be some sort of talk or message. So that makes a lot of sense. I've been seeing a lot of communication for the whole zodiac this week. But the Ace of Wands is super fiery. Sometimes I will give you the positives first. This could represent energy levels. So if you've been feeling a little down, this could be you increasing, feeling up, feeling better. We really like the Ace of Wands for that. It's like reinvigorated. It's expansive in that kind of way. It's somebody taking a move or making a move and not thinking twice. So it fits with what we see here on the front. Now, the challenge with this, if we're not talking about a hot and heavy conversation of some sort, which it can be, the Ace of Wands, it's something coming in quick, but it's very unpredictable. Like I said, with the fire air combination we have going on here, it could be explosive. So it's something that just, boom, it pops in. Kind of like what we saw last week with the unexpected change. And it's just very unpredictable. So we do want to keep a very close eye on this. Unpredictable does not equal bad, though. That's one thing I do want to say. Now, moving to the back end is where structure seems to come in, or at least that's what I'm thinking initially, because we have our good pal here, Mr. King of Swords. So you might be connected to an air sign. Remember, it's not gender specific. So think Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now, kings represent control of their suit, and we already spoke about swords. The mind, the strategy, the planning, big communicators. So when we see the King of Swords, he's like, no, we need to do things step by step by step, very particular. Not much gets past this king. He's very truthful, straightforward, honest, to the point. That's the positives of him. Extremely, extremely intelligent. The downside to the King of Swords, sure, sometimes it could be someone that uses all those good things for nefarious purposes. I'm not going to turn this into a negative reading. The King of Swords could be cold, right? Like sometimes it could be so honest that it's honest to a fault. This could be someone that's a little cold, a little mean, a little callous. When we look at the rough side of the King of Swords, and sometimes it could cut something off before it's ready. So it's going to be intriguing to see, especially with how like we have this energy in the front that seems to be going with the flow, and then we have this king that seems to be planning something. So I want to go through this piece by piece and really start to build it out. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for Cancer, my guides. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Six of Swords. And if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Cancer, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's see what's up with that Six of Swords. Why is the Six of Swords here? Two of Cups are in reverse. Okay, so this could be particularly for those of you that may have been having issues with a particular individual. And for those of you that watch me, you know I don't just focus this on relationships and love. It could be a big catch all. When I see the Two of Cups, it's someone that's usually pretty close to us. I think of partnerships. So the fact that it's in reverse, that does indicate people that really weren't seeing eye to eye, maybe not on the same page. I don't want to go worst case scenario. We'll see as we move along, but sometimes the Six of Swords with the Two of Cups in reverse could be like, it could be abandoning something, but that's not how it feels to me. Like, I'm not reading it just on the classic. I feel like there are big potential improvements for people that you are closely connected to or want to be. So whether that's a really good friend, really good coworker, family member, lover, you name it. Like when I see the Six of Swords, Two of Cups in reverse, it's like, all right, things might not be perfect, but they're looking up. It at least feels like it's getting better. So for a lot of cancers, I would expect big improvements in the area of relationships and connections. I mean, but worst case scenario for those of you that it does hit, where it's like, oh, I feel like this person they're here one second, gone the next. Like that's another thing. But I don't want to say that just yet. I need to see how the rest of it goes. I don't want to say this is someone abandoning. That would be like more so the classical interpretation of that card. To me, it feels more like improvement. So let's just keep moving. We're not going to get stuck here. We're going to see how the rest of the energy plays out. But yeah, for a lot of you, there could be big improvements with your personal connections in this time. It's like finding, I don't want to say new life, but it's like a new breath, if that makes sense. Let's go in on the Ace of Wands. Good potential here. So why is the Ace in the mix for Cancer? All right. Watch your urges in this time. So we have the Chariot, which is one of your power cards in reverse underneath the Ace of Wands. And this is presenting itself in a couple different ways. Either you're going to have a lot of very strong urges to take action or do something, um, or someone has those feelings towards you. Because remember, we're seeing a lot of action, we're seeing a lot of movement. And with the Ace of Wands, Chariot in reverse, it's like, you don't really have to do anything. I saw this in the Taurus reading. It's like you don't really have to do anything. It's like this energy will come your way. So there could be someone that's planning on taking action towards you or coming in. That could most definitely be the case. But I also get a restraint here. Like with the Ace of Wands, Chariot in reverse, it's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. So for some cancers, there might be something you're second guessing, holding back from. Like, I'm not quite sure if I'm ready to do this just yet. That's kind of how this energy is presenting to me. But for another portion of you, you might have a lot of spontaneous urges in this time. It's like, all right, well, yeah, maybe I'll hit this person up, or maybe I'll just go do this. It's like not thinking something through. That's how it feels. So a lot of different stuff showing up for you this week. They don't all necessarily feel bad or challenging. I guess it depends on your story, but you do have action coming your way. There's something coming towards you. It's like you're not going to have to really do much here. It's like the energy comes to you, which I think is good. So let's keep moving. Let's see what's up with the King of Swords. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So why is Mr. King of Swords here for the Cancers? Thank you. Absolutely. So just like I've been feeling since the beginning, either this is a need to bring structure to something or there is someone planning on making a move of some kind. That's for sure. Like when I see Judgment in the upright underneath the King of Swords, something about Judgment. Yes, it does represent change and transformation, very angelic, and it could represent decisions and choices. So when I see the King of Swords in this, it's like, what am I going to do? How am I going to plan this? Now, for some of you, this could be Spirit saying, like, all right, Cancer, whatever it is you're going through, whether work, business, or otherwise, you need to take a structured approach. Watch the urges, watch the knee jerk reactions, and plan it out. Or this is someone you're connected to that is thinking in that way about you or towards you or with a situation with you. Because the King of Swords in Judgment is like, I will figure out the perfect plan of action. I know what I will do and I know when I will do it. So to me, it's like someone has something up their sleeve. And it's not just sitting there planning. They plan on making a move. Like this is energy coming your way. And I've been seeing it the whole entire spread, like energy coming to you. So Judgment, yeah, sometimes it can represent things coming back around as well, something returning. But the main thing to me, I'm feeling that big action energy. So again, either it's somebody in the planning phases or that might be a route you need to take, but there's action all over this place. This is an action board this week, my good friends. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. So intriguing mixture of stuff. I I think for the vast majority of you, this could be seen as a pretty positive, claimable type of spread. I guess it depends on what you're going through, because there were a couple little hidden challenges for some. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we're starting off with the Six of Swords and the Two of Cups reversed. Yeah, the classical rendition could sometimes represent abandonment type things or feeling that way. But the main thing I'm picking up here is potential improvement between you and another person, someone close. So if you haven't been seeing eye to eye with somebody, it's like, oh no, the energy will improve, the energy will get better, and there's going to be big potential for that moving forward. Moving to the center, we have the Ace of Wands with the Chariot in reverse. Yeah, this energy is coming to you, not you going to it. So to me, there's big action coming in, but it's like not action that you're necessarily taking. It's like the universe is sending stuff your way, which could be seen as a very good thing. For some of you, there might be something you're second guessing or holding back from, resisting. Like, maybe not. Maybe I'll play this safe. That's a big vibe I'm picking up. And watch for the urges, the spontaneous urges, the knee jerk reactions, especially in the short term. Moving to the back end, we have a much more structured energy that has a plan in play. We have the King of Swords with Judgment. So, yeah, someone's planning something, whether it's an action or whatever it might be. It's like I'm getting my ducks in a row. I'm dotting the I's, crossing the T's. Now, for some of you, there could be a situation where you need to approach it in a structured way, step by step by step, and not be too spontaneous. Sure. But to me, there's just somebody in the planning phases, and it's not just going to stay there. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Interesting stuff this week. Let's see what's in the shadows. All right, let's get a good shuffle for you, my friends. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card here at the back end just to see whether it's something within you, something you don't quite see. Shadow cards aren't always a bad thing. Sometimes they could be good. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. One shadow card for the Cancerians. Quick, super quick. Yeah, the Two of Wands, another plan-based type of energy. The second biggest card of planning, in my opinion. Now, the Two of Wands could sometimes represent when someone is at a crossroads, where it's like, okay, I could go left or I could go right. I could go up or I could go down. So I would say the shadow side of the Two of Wands could sometimes represent being indecisive, inconclusive. Some of you might be in a place right now where you feel like you're in no man's land or like a little stuck about something. I mean, that's the big shadow side of the Two of Wands, where it's like, I'm not sure really what to do here or how to go. But with what we saw within the reading itself, it's kind of like you just need to let something evolve how it's going to evolve. Like, you don't even have to push an issue, it's going to do what it's going to do. But again, we've had this undertone of strategy and planning throughout the whole entire reading, and it still even shows up within the shadows. So keep that in mind. The Two of Wands is someone that's like, I'm not just looking at now, I'm looking at the big picture, I'm looking at the future. So any situations you're dealing with, structure is your strength in this time. And as someone who has major water placements, I know we tend to like to go with the flow, but Spirit might be wanting you to structure things. Either that or someone around you is playing. Easy as that. So we're just going to put the Two of Wands right there, my beautiful friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you'd like to have a little chat with me, you can book a personal reading with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The calendar for August is up, so you could go check out the availability over there. But for the August subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the classic Gilded Tarot Royale. It's beautiful, and it's definitely one of my go-to decks. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, we have a very easy question this month. Out of all the tarot cards in the deck, which one is your favorite? Is it the one that attaches to your zodiac sign? Is it one where you just like the art? You can put that answer down in the comments and you will be entered to win, my friends. And as usual, the winners will be announced in the community tab at the end of the month. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.